What's going on, y'all? I'm Czar, and in this video we're going to compare the Clarity VX to the NS1. I've seen some people in the comments from my previous video asking how do these two compare, so let's take a look. Clarity VX is described as a AI-powered noise removal plugin for vocals, and NS1 is described as a professional noise suppression plugin. Noise suppression, noise reduction, you can argue that's the same thing. But let's get into this. So I've got a vocal here that a motorcycle drove by as we were recording the vocal and the microphone picked it up. This is the same example that I used in the Clarity VX video, but we'll see how NS1 handles this. First let's bypass everything. So let me let you hear this with both plugins bypassed.
Come and just lie here with me. Concentrate on how we could love each other.
All right, let's hear how NS1 handles this.
Come and just lie here with me. Concentrate on how we could love each other.
All right, so we can still hear the motorcycle in the background with NS1. Let's try VX Clarity.
Come and just lie here with me. Concentrate on how we could love each other.
All right, so Clarity VX does a much better job of removing it from the background. With NS1, we could still hear it. Let's move on to another example. So for this example, I've got a rap vocal. Saw someone in my previous video comment that Clarity VX would be great for vocals recorded in an untreated room, so let's test that out. I'm going to play this vocal with both plugins bypassed, and no, I do not have any reverb on this vocal. It was just recorded in an untreated room, so everything you hear is just the natural reverberation of the room picked up by the microphone. And check it out.
Thorough, boy, she's so thorough. Bounce, shake, twerk, dance, do that for the narrow, ayy.
All right, this time we'll start with Clarity VX and see if it handles any of that reverb.
Thorough, boy, she's so thorough. Bounce, shake, twerk, dance, do that for the narrow, ayy.
All right, so Clarity VX did not handle any of that reverb in that vocal. Let's try NS1.
Thorough, boy, she's so thorough. Bounce, shake, twerk, dance, do that for the narrow, ayy.
All right, so NS1 did a much better job at handling that reverberation that was recorded by the microphone. So for vocals recorded in an untreated room, we'll definitely go with NS1 over Clarity VX. Let's check out one more example. So this example, we've got a bass guitar here, and I'm using Abbey Road's vinyl to add some noise and crackle to it so we can see how NS1 and Clarity VX handles it. So this is the bass guitar with everything bypassed. And let's turn on Abbey Road's vinyl to get the noise, and then let's hear how NS1 handles it. All right, and now Clarity VX. All right, so with Clarity VX, you didn't hear anything at all, and that's because Clarity VX is designed for vocals, where NS1 is more flexible. It's going to work on more sources. And with Clarity VX being designed specifically for vocals, keep in mind things like if you're recording like a singer-songwriter with like a vocal and guitar all on one track, Clarity VX is not going to work well for that. It needs to be specifically a vocal track, so keep that in mind. So that there should help you determine, which one of these are better. They both have different uses. NS1 if you need to use noise suppression on instruments or other sources. Clarity VX if you want to or need to use it on vocals. Clarity VX worked better in the first example. NS1 worked better in the second example with the untreated room vocal. And then on this one, because it's an instrument, Clarity VX just didn't process it at all. It removed the noise from Abbey Road's vinyl, but it also removed the bass guitar as well. That's because Clarity VX wants to see a vocal. All right, so there's a look at NS1 and Clarity VX. I've got a link in the description if you want to check these out, learn more about them, or pick them up. And comment, let me know what you think between this comparison, if you're using, or if you have both of these now and what you're using them on. All right, if you enjoyed this video, I appreciate a thumbs up. And if you want to continue to see content from me, then you know what to do. All right, any questions, comments, let me know, and I'll catch y'all next time. I invite you to check out my podcast, the Faders Up Podcast, a podcast about pro audio and beyond. Season 3 is now underway, and in this season, we'll be doing a lot of topics requested by listeners. So if you have a topic you want to hear discussed on the podcast, email us, DM us, or join us in our Facebook group, Faders Up Podcast, and let us know. And if you haven't checked out the podcast yet, I have a link in the description that'll take you to the page.